April, but at 2 minutes 15 seconds, that's when the relics spawn. And then every minute and 15 seconds after that,
well, you're going up against a better player. So I really hope that Mata later on when he goes up against Faker starts using that.
And I know a lot of these guys take it very seriously. Talking about Mata against Faker, he really, really wants to actually win that. He loves the Howling Abyss. He loves being able to play on it. Loves A-Ramp. But looking at Celebrity, and the GPL guys are 2-0 in the actual one-on-ones from yesterday.
Yeah, an interesting start as well here. Karsa looking for an item upgrade early because he doesn't go for the conventional Dorans, which means he sacrifices power early for a little bit more sustain.
But it gives him a little bit of an upgrade if he does get a first back. That's also good.
All right, we had a quick look at what they're running runes-wise. Basically 15 armor on both, and then Celebrity is going obviously a little bit more into the attack speed, but there is just raw AD paired with that armor on the side of Karsa. Karsa is going all in. Brutal early game stats. Nothing scaling, obviously, since it's a 1v1.
And the fact that he also just gets healing and he's able to actually move around a little bit faster when he uses the W, that he'll have a good bit of sustain.
Yep.
But it won't be off of actually those auto attacks.
And then obviously Warlords versus Thunderlords here. Karsa running the Thunderlords.
Okay.
He really wants to go for those spikes.
That's super risky because you can see everything that Celebrity does to hit in terms of damage is going to stick. There's no way for him to get it back. And I love those health bars at the top, actually. That's sick. Sorry.
We pipped our overlay. That's Karsa. Basically, he wants to jump to the minions and then extend the trade.
He wants control here to push him out before he hits level 2.
Oh, it's own. He's going in.
He needs a winner.
That's it.
Man.
We can analyze these matchups all you want. Going for the Ghost. The Ghost and the Cleanse, something you could see on an Olaf as well. Just really designed.
I will say, though, he will have a shove advantage with his Q level 1 over the Ezreal if he just decides to walk up straight into the lane. He does go with those 2 summoner spells, and Reckless is also going with the aggressive set here.
Ooh, Reckless's rune page is actually really interesting.
Ooh.
The one he's running right now. He has 20% attack speed, then a tiny amount of physical damage, and then just some flat health. And he has 1 lifesteal Quint. So he's basically playing the push game. He's going to stack up that Ezreal passive and just keep autoing the creeps over and over and over. He is not looking for all-in trades. He's just looking for repetitive shove, honestly, winning the match with lane control.
And I assume he has Fervor.
Nope, he has
I'm sorry,
Warlords.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Fervor is not very good at all. Especially, it used to be good on Ezreal, but now everybody's just actually, I would take it in solo queue, but I wouldn't take it on this.
Yeah, it's Fervor, you think it's good because, you know, on additional auto attacks on champion, I get so much attack speed when it's passive. The problem is, if you're playing a CS game, you just want to stay alive. Sustain is so valuable.
Yeah, you think about last year's, everybody was taking the, oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. Grasping Undying off the top of my head. There you go.
Everybody was grasping up here. Reckless just trying to, like, focus the creep that his creeps are focusing as well here. Trying to whittle them down, then auto attacks in between. As long as it's the push, he can afford to go for those cheeky autos, because obviously he is ranged to melee. That is usually the trading pattern of a ranged champion into a melee champion. You want to get 1 creep lead on the push, then start trading, or at least finish off the creeps before the second wave meets.
And this is good as well. Rainover's going to walk up, try to get some damage on this, but Reckless gets constant auto attacks. Brush control is in Rainover's favor here, but the level 2 comes out for Reckless.
Yeah, because Rainover is not level 2 yet, and he gets punished for being that brush here.
Oh, he got both summoners off.
That's a good spot there, because he used both the Ignite and the Exhaust, so maximum value from Cleanse, but already on the back foot. This is why you do not want to be over-pushing if you're Ezreal. You want to poke him down, but don't donate the creeps under the turret, because this is an experience race for Rainover. He doesn't want CS necessarily. He just wants to stay competitive so his items don't track too far behind.
Yeah.
But he's looking for that all-in, especially in level 6.
I think you can wait for level 6. Yeah, that's kind of his win condition here. Get to level 6, try to punish Reckless for a misposition or being a little too far forward. But Reckless has full advantage in this game. He's going to go up in CS, he's going to go up in experience and shove.
He's getting sucked into trading a lot, though, instead of focusing on the creeps. He always wants to punish Rainover when he walks up melee range, especially for these cast creeps.
Yep. Also, both relics ended up spawning at 215. Rainover has a shove advantage here. Maybe he'll pick his up. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, picks it up. Has Corrupting Potion.
Yeah, he used all stacks of it.
So he's running dry right now, whereas Reckless has that continuous source of sustain in the Warlord. So it's looking pretty good for the Swedish Wonder Boy.
Oh yeah, he's got Warlords, Lifesteal Quintessence, and he's also got the Dorans on top of it. So he's really healthy.
It's at these points where you gotta remain calm, though. Everybody wants to shift in, finish off Rainover, but there's still a chance that he can always beat you on the backhand.
If you're Rainover, you have to stay really calm, because this is where, like, the house is burning down around you. Like, this is fine. This is fine. I don't know. This is fine. I picked Darius. It's great. Because now you're thinking, okay, maybe I didn't think this completely through. Maybe I want a 1v1 with this. And,
I mean, he just has to keep thinking about the win conditions, which is getting to level 6 here. So
they're narrow.
Tracking that.
Yeah.
But obviously, Reckless Pretty good wave control so far. Honestly, a back behind, so he can afford to base. He doesn't really care if Reignover freezes this wave because he'll just come back and shove it in. He's still enough CS ahead.
Oh, this is interesting because Reignover will have like 10 creeps on him.
Yeah, Reckless doesn't even care. He's like, I don't think you want to stop me there, buddy.
Yeah. Tough walk up, take all the aggro, cannon minion wave on top of it.
Good bit of a freeze here. Obviously more minions on the other side, but Reignover knows, as a melee champion, you don't want to be freezing. Freezing only works if you can punish the opponent for approaching you, or it works if you're close to your turret and you won't have safety. I think it's better for Reignover to just solidify getting all that CS and then stack a wave on the other way. Maybe then he can threaten Reckless for an all-in.
Yeah, that's a good point. And he still has to wait about, I would say, like 4 more waves before he's going to be able to wait for that level 6.
Yeah, brutally long time. It's around like 50 CS. I think yesterday that most 6s were hit. So that would be exactly what you said right there.
Yeah, it's about that 6-minute mark-ish, a little bit higher.
It's a good trade for Reignover, I think.
Oh wait, he'll get the chase. It's good.
Full HP versus full HP, Darius will always win in proximity. Now Reckless can sustain up though. If there's another trade like this, obviously it'd be good for Reignover. He's level 5. This could be a good precursor to the level 6 all-in.
Exactly. That was a good test there because if he's able to actually get that E off and Reckless isn't fast enough to actually have the Arcane Shift in return, that's a good sign for Reignover.
Now we're looking at the Ghost as well. The wave is in a great spot for Reignover despite Reckless seemingly having control because he can pop stick Ghost right now. He's going in pre-6.
Oh.
Reignover?
One more!
Why go?
Yep.
Why would he go like
Yep.
3-6? He needs. They
were
talked a lot.
teammates. They were
Yeah.
teammates back in the day on
They were
Incredible
teammates.
Miracle.
I think they're actually rooming together here at Allstar.
You refine all of that. You kind of shape how they actually get to those decisions and those conclusions. Cool. But in this game, looks like it was Darius.
I think it's actually a really solid pick against a low mobility or no mobility AD carry because we saw what happened in the last game. Once that Darius got close to Reckless, the damage you can do is quite severe. It's up to Ziv to really space out his summoner spell usage.
Yeah, he can't use both, and we're seeing a lot of people not actually go for barrier here, which is so shocking that you would go for something like an Ignite. I understand that you do want to cut the Darius healing a bit, but it still just seems so risky.
Yeah, Ziv is running pure standard 80 marksman pages with the Warlord, so nothing out of the ordinary right there.
Standard for 1v1?
Real quick.
Okay. Standard for 1v1, I assume. Good.
Yeah, no standard, just for like even even 5v5, just 14%
MR?
attack speed. Like no MR, I guess he cycled that out for something else, obviously, but haven't really been running that too much in most lanes either. So yeah, Smeb again playing from the brush, wants to maximize the AoE on the creeps. Ziv obviously looking for that trading pattern. A couple of autos later on with the E is what you're looking for.
Yeah, Varus is so strong in 1v1s because of the fact that his Blighted Quiver just gives him extra damage. It's like 400 gold worth of combat stats because it's 10 damage on hit, and then you just stack it up for even more when you cast a spell. But also when you kill a minion, free combat stats from attack speed, right?
Yeah, definitely so. We're looking at Smeb right now. His runes, he's actually is running rather cooldown reduction on his glyphs, so flat CDR, and for the rest he's filled it out with just pure armor and pure physical damage as expected, you know, just pure all-in stats. You don't need anything else. You don't need mana regen or any shenanigans like that.
Oh. It's interesting to see how many people had actually practiced the 1v1 because the towers actually do a different amount of damage to the minions.
Leaves you, it's really awkward lost sitting on a turret. So if you can park the wave in front, it's the best. Now Ziv kind of parked it in front, it's going to bounce the wave. Makes it really hard for Smeb. Smeb is running Fervor, so no Thunderlords here.
Yep, and you would want control right about now if you were Smeb to actually push up because the Relic's about to spawn, you're able to actually get Ziv out of the wave, but it's not going to happen there. Ziv's going to hit level 3, and he's actually going to get complete control too.
Smeb always wants to dash in and out of those brushes. They're relatively even on experience.
I guess he's going for the level 6 here. He's gonna learn from Reignover's mistakes.
Definitely not a bad trade here. Proximity trade.
That's 5 stacks too. He gets all that AD. He used both summoners, and Ziv still had the exhaust though.
Yeah, that's actually really well played by Ziv, holding the exhaust, baiting him, because Smeb, a worse player would have went for that. He's going in again. Just wants some sustain here.
Yeah, gonna try to stack that up. Get those bleeds going.
But now he's pushed in. He's already 6 CS down. He can get a little bit under this turret.
Yeah, out of stacks too on his corrupting potion.
There's one more relic on the map all the way down for Ziv, I believe. But he would have to walk very far to go and get that one.
Gonna try to bait some mana out of Ziv.
Good sidestep.
One hit.
Alright, good CSing. Gets one.
Pulls him under turret. Oh, Ziv is
over.
dead. Low mobility, and he can't.
Cape King himself, Soas! Y en el otro lado, el único jugador de la GPL que ha jugado 2 All-Stars, QTB.
A little bit faster. And whoever lands the Q, because they'll both stand in the minion wave.
Yeah.
And if
Your ability to juke then, is it worth it? Maybe not.
that's true. That's actually, see, these things are just so hard. You have to think of all of them beforehand. Because if you get on the Rift, everything has to go out the window, and you have to kind of rely on your practice. And if you haven't practiced enough, then it could be an issue. But I do think that QTV, and Soaz, both very practiced. We were talking about how in Vietnam they take their 1v1s very seriously, especially in the GPL.
Yeah, definitely see if there's any contrast here. Soaz is running 80 attack speed, armor, and just some health. So a pretty standard page, honestly, with Thunderlords. Just gonna look up what his opponent is running. We're missing quite a few Qs right now. There's magic resistant QTV,
Yeah, because E does magic damage.
but like 4 flat MR.
It could be the difference. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I've actually seen it before.
All right, they're both running a little bit of attack speed, definitely.
It depends on what their style is, because some people actually max E first, because it'll shove the wave, and it will also deal damage to the opponent. So if you have magic resistance and they don't, it is the difference.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen W maxes as well for kind of a sustained tanky synth.
Yeah, it's the difference there. Soaz started Q, QTV started E.
Soaz connects, so that's good. In a minion wave, that's rough though. QTV should always answer with immediate auto attack right there.
Yeah.
It's really important that you do not cancel any single auto attack animations. So it's gonna put you behind in trades.
I was looking at fun facts for QTV. He's actually 28 years old, and he turns 29 in March. So
Ooh, Soaz bullied a guy playing a Lee Sin mechanic heavy matchup, and this guy is 28. That's just mean, Paul. Good size up.
it's just being toxic, you know? And QTV levels up, gets the Q and the exhaust.
Good counter exhaust from Soaz right before the proc.
Soaz has his Q up first. Oh,
That's big.
28, baby. Still got it.
I mean, maybe he's juking it because Soaz.
Oh, he's got Q back up. He got him.
Oh, he got him.
He got him.
Soaz, it's over. Oh, QTV.
It takes down the 1v1 king from earlier.
Look at him. He's happy.
Oh. Hey, man, 28 years old. Don't give up on your dreams like Crepo. Everybody else out there. You are old enough to go pro.
I need a new excuse. What will I do now? Maybe I was bad all the time. Maybe it wasn't age.
It's okay. I've been worse the whole time. So we can be miserable together. It's
But
fine.
it's better not to try and then not fail. Actually try and fail. QTV here. Final trade.
Yeah.
That's a really good Q. And then Soaz, yeah, his Q wasn't cooldown. You can't play that bold.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you have to count the cooldowns here, and that's what happened. What QTV did is when you saw him go aggro right before that replay, he walked up to the left, and then he started walking back because he was like, -4 seconds, that means Soaz is up.
So I don't think Bengi has done his full research, or maybe just playing a different style, but we have seen Snowball Tom Kench all in, because you want to get into close proximity, angling the Q is going to be very obvious. Like, Cinder will always be hiding in minions, and I guess that's where you're looking to punish.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to be hiding behind minions here, because Bengi did take the snowball last second, loaded it a little bit late there on the overlay, but that's exactly what he needs. And it is going to be a little bit more AP focused here from Maple, so Bengi got some magic resist.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Maple. This is actually Maple right here. He's running like the standard, just early
No armor.
page.
He's
He
got
has 80
Ooh,
red.
ooh.
Oh, he's fighting already. Yeah, don't face take a Tom Kench. That's not going to end up too well. So Maple is running some magic resistance on his glyphs. He has 80 reds though for physical harass and basically helping him last hit. So even though you want for all-ins, you want to like run either magic pen, maybe hybrid pen at the worst. Probably not anymore since the quality changed. But you definitely you value having the comfort knowing that you can last it just a little bit better, especially with the annoying turrets if you run some 80 reds.
What's he have masteries-wise?
Let me check real quick. He is running Thunderlords as expected on the Syndra.
Okay. 1 point meditation, 2 points in vampirism. So
Yeah, Green Fighter's gift is actually pretty good as well, so it does reward you for playing in the brushes if you're playing like these Thunderlords champions. Because nobody wants to run Bandit. And then there's a pretty weird page here on the side of Bengi. He has everything. He has like 5 AP, 72 to health, some magic resistance, attack speed, and magic pen. He really is like jack of all trades, master of none. But let's look into the actual gameplay. We see Maple always hiding behind the creeps and just Q trading.
Ugh, Bengi's just taking so much damage. He's going through those flash charges right now. Trying to
And
get
he's
towards
not
that
getting any
level 2.
poke in to really use the corrupting part of the
He
corrupting
needs,
potion.
it's like he needs to back up. Maple's about to hit level 2.
And Maple playing, obviously, for a poke-oriented style where he keeps hiding in the creeps. He doesn't need to skill E early, because in Summoner's Rift, you skill E sometimes early because you're afraid to get ganked level 2, and it's a really good tool against ganks. But obviously, if you can hide in your minions, just do QW.
Makes him miss that one too.
That's a good trading pattern. You always soul with the W, guaranteeing your Q can hit. Ideally, you lost it creeps or you poke creeps with the Q, but he always has the push going, so he can just lost it with his auto attacks and save Q for a harass. Remember, if you auto attack an enemy champion, you draw minion aggro. Basically, that'll punish you even if you're next to the cannon. But if you use spells, it will never draw minion aggro.
That was actually something that I'm embarrassed to admit I had learned a lot later than I should have, because I was a jungler, and when I started playing top lane, I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot of players make that mistake, especially in the mid lane when they're playing very spell-reliant champions, like maybe an Ahri. They do a full combo, and then they go in for the last auto attack, and that last auto attack triggers like 6 minions to attack them, and they just lose the trade on the backhand.
Yeah.
You have to be very aware of what you want to do with minion aggro.
I think I learned it when I played top lane, and I played against a streamer, and I watched it back, and he's like, he won that trade with the Rise because he rune prisoned me, but because he autoed me, he lost it. He's like, if he just cast spells, he would have won that trade.
Yeah, definitely. So
Anyway.
So auto attacking Pumpkin really isn't going to give you too much.
He's getting through Bengi's mana, though. And his HP. Bengi's trying to get control of the Relic here. That's really good. Bengi, he actually walked on the Relic at 215 on his side. He knows that his is going to be back up at 330. So he's just doing this, pushing the wave. He doesn't mind how much damage he's taking here, as long as he doesn't die.
And there's all in going from Maple. Ignite goes down. Bengi still has the thick skin, pops the great health. Ignite ticks out, but he has the base right now, and that gives Maple control of the lane.
Yep, control of the Relic as well, so Maple will be able to actually push this out, spend spells, no problem, and then get a good back timing.
Yeah, we're looking at a 10 CS advantage if he gets everything here. One more creep, one more Q. The cannon, he can pick that up and throw that away, so he can definitely go back to base with quite a bit more gold.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what Bengi's angle is here now, because he purchased a Doran's Ring, sold it, went for the shield, and then went for the Fairy Charm as well.
Maybe he sees that Maple is doing quite a few auto attacks in between, wants to negate that with the Doran shield. I think he just wants some mana regen, so he can maybe win a sustain war against Maple.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that because mono was being a problem for him. So kind of went between the Doran's Ring and that. Wonder what he's going to build, though, eventually.
But we know Bengi thrives under pressure. Like, they swap him in the end of a best of 5, just when the World Championship is on the line. He went down to 3 HP.
Very underrated ability to perform under pressure. There are a lot of people, like, I'm going to use Reignover as an example here. 89% win rate during the regular season, but in playoffs, we always see like a little bit of a different Reignover every now and then.
Yeah. Bengi right now looking to push in that wave, just get the reset. Forcing Sino to CS on the tower is probably like the only way to guarantee that she maybe loses some CS, because otherwise it's so easy for her to CS. But probably WQ combo right now is strong enough to clear out the entire back wave, which means Maple's just going to sit on that 6 CS advantage right now.
What is Bengi going to do about this? Level 6 doesn't help him.
I mean, he gets some stats, no, from his ulti. Tanky stats, to kind of negate the all-in. Going for the zone, but look at how little this is doing. This is great. Sidesteps W, forces point blank E, which means Maple is being gated in the mana department, which means Bengi can actually start playing up more and more, and now use that zone to deny CS here. Cannon creep denied. So that's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to get back in time for his cannon. He goes in with the snowball.
Needs another. Almost got that other hit on him.
Maple's out of mana.
Yeah, he can't actually cast the ultimate.
And the wave is frozen, so Bengi obviously gonna regen. If he get 2 shrines, he actually doesn't cast the base, because these guys based on 33 PS.
Oh,
Good cancel. Maple only had 10 creeps since his last base, so with this like freeze that Bengi has put in motion, he's actually controlling the wave right now, and he may very well win on a CS victory.
yeah, this is a very high level game right here, because it's so hard to get control of the wave again once you get a disadvantage. But the fact that Bengi's managed to do it with his champion slingshotting back, that's really cool.
Now just push in and reset anyways, because he wants to back. Definitely will have a bit more gold. There's a couple components for Maple, but Maple's style will probably have to shift into an all-in oriented style.
Well, if you play a sustained war against this Tahm Kench that now has health regen and mana regen, I don't really see you winning, especially since it costs you so
Maple, wrong order. Misses with his E and then sweeps.
much. Yeah. Oh, Benki can actually he leveled his ultimate. You can get back faster with your ultimate if you want to use it. I wonder how he'll actually use it if he is ever going to.
I mean, he could do it from Brush, honestly. Get behind the Syndra. It's another gap closing tool. It's all about proximity. Definitely also doesn't need to rush because the wave was fast pushed by Maple here for the reset. Gobbles that one up to prevent the reset as well. Wants to fire that on the range creeps as he gets the cannon last hit, maybe.
Different. That's the thing.
He's not used to it.
It takes one hit. Usually it takes two, but it takes one turret shot, one auto on ranged, and then on the melees, it takes one turret shot and 2 auto attacks from you. If it takes 2 turret shots, it dies.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Because it's borderline 50% damage on the melees here. Again, Benki going for zone. He wants to deny some CS from Maple. Threaten him to go for the relic.
Pick it up, pick it up.
It's nice to defuse, that's good. Just get rid of the mana, that's what he's looking for right now.
Damaging his mana pool, forcing him to pick it up. Staying in the bush as well to make sure that he doesn't take minion aggro.
Lost chapter finish though on Maple, that's really important.
And yeah, exactly. So when he levels up, he'll end up getting a little bit more. Great job. Benki with the snowball to the left as well.
Yeah, he got a little flustered here. Good ignite. Maple really controlling
if he gets the Q, if he gets the Q.
Going close. Gobble, gobble.
Oh!
It's over.
That snowball to the left. Exactly. And if you lose against Faker, nobody's going to hold that against you, right? And that's actually a big problem with being the #1 is you have nobody to really chase anymore. And Faker, though, up against Mata, this is really interesting because why would it be Yasuo? Mata,
I mean, it's like,
Mata Yasuo.
It's the ultimate skill champion, though, in Korea. It's regarded as I mean, it's a champion nobody wants on his team because he goes 2 and 10. But then when he's on the opposing team, he's obviously 20-0. But it's an incredibly high skill champion and also just really fun to watch.
I love Yasuo so much. The tiny things in his mechanics, the Q into the E to the auto, the Q, stuff like that. It's really cool. And then there's a lot of great tricks too, where you can like spin on a minion before Ring.
Yeah, Mata's running 1% crit. He's going for it.
That's actually a very common Korean page. I'll look at a lot of Peanuts pages. They'll have them. And you're like, wait, you might crit the jungle creep. What?
That's actually happened to me once. Actually, it happened in the OGN finals.
Is that why you lost?
We lost for many more reasons than that, but that was actually
1% crit. Let's hold it. That's the story I'm gonna tell.
I stole a red buff because my jungler crit right before the last auto attack. That's what happened on a live game, and then we tilted a tiny bit.
So who'd you give the red buff over to?
I was Soraka. Like he had red buff Soraka. And like, anyways, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Old story. Faker versus Mata. Faker is not running the 1% crit, so RNG gods have to be with Mata for once.
Oh! So this is the matchup that I will usually play on the 1v1 map. I'll just play Yasuo every time that I can, because otherwise I can only feed 1 kill. You can't go to 0-8. It prevents me from doing that. But every time you miss a Q, it's actually a big deal in this matchup.
Yeah, it's about lining up the Qs to hit both minions and honestly the enemy Yasuo. Mata got pressured first because he really didn't feel comfortable trading against Faker. Faker standing on the outside of turret range here, so every time Mata walks up, he can at least get a Q in the face. He wants to stack it up. It's a very micro-heavy matchup where you really want to click really right next to your team. Faker's still level 1.
Oh, Faker might be done.
He has to get out. That was a really good trade by Mata.
Got him again!
Tower shot. Ignite.
One more.
Oh
God! Mata takes down Faker. And he takes over the Spanish crowd.
I think I'm trying to break this down. It all goes back to the Q that Faker used after the first wave. The crowd is in love with this.
Faker again. Mirror match. The opponent's terms goes down. Team Ice. Ooh. I mean,
yeah, Faker used the Q when he turned around into the thin air, and Mata just rushed for that first minion, got level 2, and then went so aggressive on Faker that Faker never got access to that dying creep. Borderline level 2 right there. Obviously, it's the 7th creep that levels you up, so the first melee minion of the second wave. Faker should have been there quicker because he had the push.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Faker got the push on him, and when the minions actually create a nice line for the Yasuo, you have more chase down. You have a longer lane to actually make the Yasuo run down. So being underneath your turret in a mirror match like this isn't necessarily the worst thing, because they have to keep running from you. You get an E on them.
Mata did it really well. He walked alongside his creep to his zone, but even then, the waves are still going to meet in the middle. So in essence, it wouldn't matter. It was just the decision-making I think Mata had his Q up sooner, which allowed him to take down that creep much
I
faster.
want to see it again. I want to see it in almost like Vaughn form.
Because this is the
Yeah.
end, and we obviously know how we got here. It actually takes quite some stones to go in here as well, taking
Yeah.
a turn shot voluntarily, but then
Knew the
dancing
limit.
out.
Even didn't have the ignite as well. The focus there, the half joy. You can see he landed.
know-
That's where it's like he landed the knockup.
Because like I always hated 1v1s anyways.
Oh. Team Ice though, coming up big today so
I mean,
far.
you saw
That's true.
we've
Mobility.
seen Lucian's there as well in that matchup. It's just all about staying with.
Lucian has a little bit more shove than Ezreal does, so he has the option of actually keeping Darius underneath the turret a little bit easier.
Yeah, the beauty about Lucian is that you can harass with Q through waves, and again, spells do not draw aggro. We have to keep reiterating that, which means that Lucian Qs, you can fire them from pretty close by, but you'll never get the minion aggro that way.
This is the matchup that we were waiting for, the final one of the day. There's a little bit of trash talk behind it. Prey said that he was gonna give Jankos a taste of his own medicine. Get first blood on
I think Jankos has the wrong runes.
him. Does he have?
Are you in game? No, right?
Nope.
Okay, Jankos has
Not touching these 1v1s.
on the rune page he has selected right now on the tournament realm. He has 26 ability power.
Yeah.
He might be playing AP Darius.
Gonna reload it.
Okay, he
Okay,
changed.
okay,
Okay, we're good. He's running armor AD, flat cooldown reduction, and attack speed. He's basically running the Darius 1v1 page that we've seen. And Prey, pretty standard page as well. Just taunting. Good harass here by Prey.
Got it.
Gets the first creep, which gives you control of the wave, and then you can decide if you want to go start trading on the enemy champion or not. And obviously he does that by queuing through a creep on Jankos.
Yep, got the double damage too. Got it onto Jankos and the minion. Is it exactly what you want? Q through this.
AoE on the range creeps, which is good. Sidesteps the Jankos harass previous to that as well. So Prey playing really controlled so far.
Yeah, I actually like this pick a lot more into the Darius than the Ezreal. Mobile, low cooldown on the mobility, so even if he does EU in and it messes up your dash, you may have the possibility of getting it back up.
The problem is you're
Be so
quite
hard.
short range compared to the Ezreal. You can't really Q harass. I mean, you can Q harass, but if you want to follow up on it, you're pretty bound to get minion aggro. That's why Prey goes in a bit too far.
Speaking of
Could have
short
been ugly.
range,
If he gets dragged right there at the edge, like he takes 2 turret shots.
yeah, we already saw what happens when you get E'd underneath, but Jankos doesn't have that just yet.
All right, has Jankos played enough matches
Nope.
that he can see us? Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, this hurts.
Nope.
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 Poor Jankos. This is where you need to keep an eye on the player camps as
Us
well.
junglers.
Look at the tilt. It's coming. Nice sidestep from Prey.
Nope.
Answers with a double shot Q.
Jankos has missed so much, and Prey's trying to get.
At this point,
pick it
it's an experience game for Jankos. He needs to get to 6. Get a good
Ghost already.
Ghost. That's Prey being hooked. Cannon creep and 2 range creeps.
Yeah, he's gonna try to beat him to the relic, but nope. Try to use the extra combat stats. Might get the Q up again and an auto. Oh!
Did he? I'm not sure if he actually canceled an auto attack right there, or if he could have played that any better.